first.
It's up to you, but didn't you already ask him?
I asked him to contact me, but I'm gonna call him right now.
I don't know if you should call him.
I asked him, by the way, did his tenant send you a check yet? Is that okay?
Yeah. Yes. Just say you haven't gotten. I would say you haven't gotten paid. Did you already send it? I would say I haven't gotten.
No, because you don't know if we haven't gotten paid yet. That's why I said that.
Okay.
Because if he's gotten paid, that means that he probably sent a check out to us. But if he hasn't gotten paid, then we can bill him again for everything and tell him.
So this is the application in Visual Studio in ASP.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, I don't know. The code probably won't look similar to what you use, but the database will definitely look similar to what you use.
Yeah. Yeah.
With the same basic structure, they just added and changed some things. So basically, you have the main web layer right here. And I haven't dug too much into the code, especially on the services and data layer, so I don't really know exactly how they're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I think the services layer uses web services.
Okay.
I'm not sure, but I think it uses web services.
Okay.
Purpose in that was obviously so other things could hook into it. I don't know if that was necessary or not, but that's how it's doing it. So the data layer, it does use Entity Framework, at least to pull in objects. I'm not sure if they're using it to write to the database or not, but they are using Entity Framework within the data layer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you have those are the three main projects. Then you have the admin project. That is getting totally removed and moved into the web project.
Okay.
Essentially, what that was, that's where the Get Me Back to Work administrator is going to be. And we kind of talked about it the other day.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be able to log in and create new employers and do all kinds of administrative stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's no reason for it to be a separate project.
Yeah.
Basically, what we want is for somebody to go log into the same UI, same login screen that they always log in, and if it's an administrator, send them to the admin section. So I think one of the very last things that the developers did last week was they started in creating an admin section somewhere, and this might be it right here, in the web project, and it's basically going to be a duplicate of what was in the admin project. That wasn't a very good fit. That wasn't built very well. But anyway, so this is going to go away. The other thing we have in here is the notification service project. That's essentially, it's going to be a Windows service that runs on that server that's going to send out emails.
Okay.
The user every periodically based on telling them, hey, you need to go in here and you need to count, you need to finish your profile, all that sort of thing. So that is what the notification service is going to do. And it's also going to, after I think 30 days, if somebody hasn't verified their email account, it'll go in there and it'll delete the user account from the database, or at least mark it as inactive or deleted or disabled or whatever. But so basically, the notification service, we're going to use it for anything that needs to happen on a periodic basis, on a daily basis. It'll happen within that notification service project.
Okay.
And then the notification service installer, that just installs the service on the server. So that's the code structure that we have. Did you want to dig into deeper in that, or you want to go straight to the database?
Let's go straight to the database.
All right, so let me put into the database now. Okay. So basically, the structure of how things are running on the servers is we have three instances of the application. We have two servers that it's running on. we have a test server and we have a production server. Okay. On the test server, we have the test application and we have the demo application. And then on production server, obviously we have the production application. The demo application is basically a set database. It's used for Shannon and them when they go and demo the product. Okay. So it needs to be a bug-free system. Usually the way it works is we'll move into test, we'll test everything. Once that's good, then we'll move the code to demo, and then we'll also move the code to production.
Okay.
They just hit different databases, so you don't have live data in these demonstrations. So that's all that is. So when you look at the database, we're on the test server right now. When you look at the database, you have test database, and you have this one right here. That's the demo database. Mm-hmm. Exact same name as the database, but as the production database, but that's on a different server. So we'll look at the test database. Let's see. I think they use stored procedures they have here. Lots of stored procedures. So I don't know if they're using them through Entity or not, but anyway, they got all these stored procedures going on here.
Okay.
And the structure of the database is, okay, so it's all going to be based upon, we don't have a good schema. Initially, when I first designed the base of this, I had a schema with an Excel, but since it's gone through you and then to the Indians and then through Valeria and now back to you, I mean, that whole thing is gone. So, so we don't really have a good database schema anymore. Essentially, all login accounts are in this account table. So within here, you have the user's username, which is the title of, and a lot of stuff you're going to notice is the field names don't exactly match up with the way the database is structured.
Okay.
We used to use username. Now we're going to use email address. Email address is that person's username. So whether they're employer, applicant, whatever, they're always going to log in with an email address. So this is the email address. Anytime you need it, you need to know the applicant's email address, go to their username because that's the spot where their email address is going to be. All these passwords, they were encrypted. Wait, hold on. Okay. They should not be encrypted, and I guess that's because these are old. Okay, yeah. The encryption has been gone now. Mm-hmm. Let me just make sure. Let me look at the yeah, they're not encrypted anymore. They're just those users. These users in here don't get used, so they have old encryption. All right, so basically the way it used to work is we encrypted the password in the database. Mm-hmm. Problem is nothing else was encrypted. Okay, so nothing else in the database was encrypted. So if somebody gained access to the database, they're getting all the users' information.
Yeah.
Whether their password's encrypted or not. Really, password being encrypted did nothing but keep us from log in as you figure out the errors they were having.
Yeah.
You know, you know, say we can't do this. Well, I couldn't log in as that user because I couldn't tell what their password was. So we've eliminated the whole encrypting of the password thing. Mm-hmm. So then you have account types. You have an A as an applicant, E as an employer, EU as an employer user, and we really need to. We're going to have to take a little time to get into this thing because some of this stuff doesn't make any sense. I mean, employer shouldn't even be an account type. Mm-hmm. You know, it should only be a user account, and then the users, these accounts either associate with an applicant table if you're an applicant, or they associate with an employer user table if you're a user or an employer user. Okay, and then in the employer user table, it maps to an employer, and that goes to this table. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's no reason for an employer to have an account because the only thing that can log in is an actual user of that employer. So this wouldn't make any sense to have that in there. Yeah. Really, you have an A for an applicant, an EU for an employer user, and you're also going to have. Let me scroll up here. An S. That's going to mean, I think it stands for super. I'm not sure, but anyway, that's going to stand for the